What's happening? Hold on. Oh man. Alright, let's get to it. So, trying to figure out where to start with these. We can start with the whole protest thing, right? Uh, there's been a lot that transpired. That kind of affects, I guess, me personally and the city I live in and everything like that, right? Uh, the biggest problem is the fact that it's a lot of people that like to deflect. That's the biggest problem. And nobody don't want to address the real issues. You know, a lot of people always want to basically say, if somebody tell you they got an issue about something, everybody won't say, oh, you disrespecting the flag. The flag has nothing to do, Brent, what's happening? The flag has nothing to do with none of the conversations that's going on. You know, uh, these same people, a lot of people protesting are in the military right now. They're currently in the military or have served in the military. So it don't have nothing to do with the flag. Let's talk about the issue itself. This is the biggest problem. Nobody wants to talk about the actual issue. They want to deflect every freaking thing and makes it make the situation to be in their favor. And we continue to have issues because nobody want to talk about the issues. Even with my job and some of the stuff, those what's happening. Some of the stuff I heard come from the top down on how we're gonna deal with issues that may present because of protesting. Big B, what's happening? Man, what is you crazy? Like, I've been waiting on them to tell me directly to my face, oh, we gonna do this. Oh, no, we not. I ain't doing it. Period. Point blank. I don't even want to talk about it. It's that bad from the top down of how we supposed to deal with the situation in the city I live in. Man, you crazy. You got to be crazy. I'm definitely not doing none of that. They can do whatever they want to do. And honestly, I don't even feel like they even want to play that. They don't even want to go that route because they don't even want them lawsuits in their life. Trust me, they don't want them lawsuits. But man, it was crazy what I heard that we're supposed to do when I came to work. I can't even talk about it on camera, but it's mind blowing. I can tell you that much. And even with that being said, people want to act like racism don't exist. What? Man, it'll blow y'all mind what we was told to do. Man, it's crazy, crazy. But so as far as I can remember, that I clearly remember, and I probably experienced way before this time, but as far as I can clearly remember that stuck with me, the first time that I can remember, I actually had some clear I guess bias. I don't even want to say racist. Bias interaction with the police. I think I was 11, and my mom took me out of school, went to the dentist or whatever, made back home probably 1 something, 2 o'clock or whatever. Well, I grew up in the projects. The store was like directly, like you walk across the street, you walk in the door of the store. So I went across the street, I bought something, and I walked back out, and I'm about to go back across the street, back to the house, and cops pulled up on me, spin around, he get out. Where you going? Like, I'm walking back to the house right there. And where you coming from? I said, I'm coming out of the store. You just see me come out of the store. What you got? Did you steal anything? I'm like, what? Did I steal something? I'm like, man. So he's going back and forth with me. And so he's like, well, you getting smart with me? I'm like, because I told you I bought some chips out of the store, you mad at me? Then he slammed me on the car, started searching me. I'm 11. And he's questioning me, and I said, hey, you're not even supposed to be talking to me because you're not supposed to be talking to me without my parents around because I'm underage. And it seemed like that really pissed him off because I knew he wasn't supposed to even be interacting with me without my parents present. So, Ricky, what's happening? Marvin, what's up? Nah, Marvin, I'm very careful. Bluebird, what's happening? JT, what's happening? So, you know, that was the first interaction. All right, so let me fast forward to when I got on the fire department. I probably was on the job maybe, I don't know, 2 years, maybe as far as I don't know. It's been a long time ago now. I remember I was headed to work and I ran a stop sign. So it was like a road through, slowed down and then made sure traffic was good and I left. As I was doing this, a cop was passing by. It was a female officer, a white female officer. And so she just came after me, pulled me over. No big deal. I know I ran a stop sign, basically. I broke the law. I'm already expecting to get a ticket. I already got my license registration. And in my mind, I just want her to hurry up and write the ticket so I can get to work because I'm already running late. No big deal. So she walked up to the car and she looked in. Oh my goodness. I got a uniform on. She looked in. I don't remember what she said to me. I kind of looked at her crazy, like, what? It don't even make sense what you asking me. She never took my license, never took my registration, none of that. She was like, she walked back to the back of my car. She started looking in. Then she come back. She was like, oh, you're a fireman. You headed to work. I was like, yeah. So she was like, oh, I pulled you over. Her exact words was, I pulled you over because I thought maybe you were a thug. And she was like, you free to go. And I just sat in the car for a while, like, what the heck did this lady just say to me? I just sat there for a while. I mean, and I was really kind of pissed because I'd rather just got the ticket. Like, this is this woman real life pulled me over and told me the reason she pulled me over, not because I ran a stop sign, but because she thought I was a thug. That's profiling. How could you even say this to me? That you pulled me over because you thought I was a thug. To this day, man, it's been a long time ago now. It's probably, I don't know, 11 years ago. But that still blows my mind that this lady said those words to me. And I have witnessed a lot of stuff on and off the job. And, bruh, alright, let's be case. Those stories happen, yes, bro. Man, I love back to Florida. Hold on, I need to drop a load. I was really like 10 years. What? Man, that's crazy, JT. Man, I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm trying to be real careful, cause, bro, it's, it's, man, I got a lot of stories and different stuff. I just deal with it well, and I try not to hold grudges and stuff like that. That's why, I mean, you see me, a laugh, a joke, I'm happy all the time. A lot of people can't tell, cause I try not to carry this stuff with me, but man, so when I got in the fire department, I gotta be careful how I tell this story because there was a lot of stuff going on. Uh, I got in the fire department. It was it was several black firemen getting fired, and they. All right, let me leave some details out. It was some black firemen getting fired, and it started to be like a routine, and I guess I was supposed to be the next one, but I talked to my brother about it. He told me how to deal with this situation, and you know I have to deal with this situation the same way these people that was bothering me. I had to deal with the situation the same way they would deal with it. So that's what I did. A lot of documentation, a lot of times, who was there, quotes of what was said, uh, location at the time where it happened. Like if we on the truck riding and something happened, okay, I'm at this particular intersection, time 13:01 hours. This person was sitting in this seat. This person was like, I went like extremely detailed every time something happened. Then when other stuff was happening to other people, it all came together. And prior to this happening, I had already noticed as a new fireman, I had noticed the segregation on the job. So when this happened, it was like a complete segregation on the job. So like you go to drills, just say I'm on the fire truck, I'm the only black fireman. All right, we go to drills. Hey, several different companies out there. Mike, what's happening? And I noticed all white firemen here, all black firemen. And at the time, we really didn't have many other races of people on the job. Like we had one Mexican guy and like two Indian guys, but that was pretty much it. Everybody was either black or white. And man, it was like a complete segregation, like all the time when several companies was together, and it blew my mind to know that, dang, this how it is on the job. This is what this about. This is crazy. And I feel like I had to pick sides. I ain't really like that, man. I mean, no matter what your race is, if you cool, you cool. Period. And that's how I wanted it to be. But it seemed like it wasn't like that at the time. Even as a rookie, I know what was happening. I had an experience where my top hosesman at the time, well, I was the only black person in the station, so my top hosesman was kind of reckless with his mouth, and they sent another black fireman over there to drive a truck at the time, and me and him was just joking back and forth with each other. Well, my top hosesman got in the middle of it, which he had nothing to do with it, and it went from a joke to a serious situation, and he was cursing me out, talking crazy. Angel, what's happening? He would curse me out, talking crazy, saying all kinds of stuff, and all the supervisors that sat there and they watched it, they ain't say nothing. And I'm sitting there like, dang, they really ain't gonna say nothing. So I took all I could take. I reversed the roles, and when I started doing the same stuff to him that he was doing to me, everybody jumped, oh no, we can't have this. So I went off on them. I said, when he was sitting here saying this, doing all this stuff, cursing me out, y'all didn't have nothing to say. But as soon as I do it, it's a big problem. And then they all huddled up and went and talked, and then they come back trying to say, oh, well, it ain't like that. No, it's very obvious it's like that. Alright, there was one situation. What I get wrong with is a blood, sweat, and money. Exactly, and that's what I hated. Like I I shouldn't have to pick sides. You know, if you cool, you cool. Period. Like I don't want to. T Hill was in it. Yeah, they don't want that because I box. So they don't want that. See, this is the thing. I'm gonna get back to the story. This is the thing. See, I'm probably the smallest person on the job, so it was always a bunch of this here. All right. Then the first time they came to my fight, then they seen me fight. Then it was totally different story. All this mob, it was none of that anymore, or anything. Now it's just they just sit back and be cool because they know I throw these hands, so they don't even want it. Me, no, well, yeah, Snoop might be taller than me more. Snoop might be taller than me. I mean, Snoop is taller than me, but he might be smaller than me. Snoop's small. But you know, I had, man, it's been several situations, man. Oh shucks, my bad. Oh no, transfer. Oh, we still talking, but hey, why do they wait? Call him a name. Too rich into the school. Michael Jones, what's happening? Yeah, man. You know, I just have to, man. Marvin in the comment section. Marvin had to pretty much calm me down a lot of times, man, because I had to learn how to deal with situations the way people see me today. Because I was, I was, I was still fresh out of the projects when I got on the job, and well, I say I had already moved out of the projects. I was living in a fairly nice area at the time, but I was still in the projects every day because I wasn't used to being in a quiet neighborhood. I was used to being around noise all the time. So I just went back to the projects every day. People didn't even know I moved for like 2 or 3 years. They never knew I even moved out. But I was fresh on the job from the projects basically, and my way of dealing with stuff was still the same way. So I had to learn how to deal with stuff the right way. Let him go, man. They be like, nah, hey, JT, that's true. That's true. That's the whole account. Oh, God, yeah, definitely, it's got to be some accountability, more. It's got, yep. Yeah, you can't, like I say, man, I had to learn how to, you got to learn how to battle each situation depending on the situation. I had to learn how to battle professional situations with pencil and paper. I had to learn that crap. I mean, I just flat out didn't know how to deal with it, but I learned. I learned. Now I'm telling you, overall, no matter how many stories I tell y'all, I learned a lot on the job. I learned a whole lot. The job, not just being on the job in finances, but the job itself being around different type of, no matter if it was a negative situation or a positive situation, I always make it a positive situation, even from a negative situation. I learn from everything. So, you know, I don't regret none of the situation because I feel like it made me better, you know. Facts. We are the best mates on the job. So, you know, and that's another reason why I don't have problems today from what Marvin said. Because, like the station I work at now used to be one of the slowest stations on the job. Well, of course it ain't anymore because they done built so much around the station. But, you know, prior to me and Marvin coming over here, it was like if we was on the medic unit, on the ambulance, if we was on there together, when you make a run with a different company, it used to be like when Medic 19 showed up, nobody moved. It was like, oh, they here. Basically, like, they don't make enough runs. The truck, the station, they don't make enough runs. They don't really know what they're doing. Well, me and Marvin, the same two black people that wasn't supposed to be here and was pretty much kind of prevented from coming here, we ended up changing the whole dynamic of being on this side of town. And it got to the point where we show up on scene, everybody moved because they knew we was going to show up and we was going to handle business. We knew what we was doing. We was happy to do what we was doing. And we made a huge impact on the city, on this battalion and everything else. And to this day, people still come to us for guidance. So, but like I say, people know how I am. They know I'm fair. They know I'm in corners. They know I'm going to speak up for the patient. You know, they know I'm very knowledgeable of my job, do a good job. So I typically don't have any problems because the number one thing they can get you is on your job. You can't get me because I know it and I do a great job. Yeah, we definitely broke that door down. Hey, telling you for a fact, man, we came in, and you know this is the crazy part. It was so bad on the job to the point that, you know, you had other black people basically trying to fit in with white people. And what I mean is they would target other black people just so they can feel accepted by white people. And so I had issues with them too. So, you know, a lot of people don't understand. They feel like people just complain. But I really gotta tell y'all something. A lot of people don't really understand what it means to be a black male in the world. You know, until 25 years ago, there were only 12 Puerto Ricans and 4 black guys, and now it's turning around. Exactly, because, you know, just because your skin tone is a different color don't mean you don't know what you're doing or you're not knowledgeable. So I'm glad this changing. A whole lot more adversities than anybody else. Okay, you grow up, not all, a lot of black people grow up in the inner city. So now you're targeted by gangs, so you got to survive the hood itself. You got to survive. They had all this. Nobody had a problem with me. Couldn't get a freaking job. So these are the things you're facing. Even in school, when I went to college, like I experienced in college from the people in charge and the professors, you know. A lot of times it wasn't like direct to my face, but I looked at how the system was set up. Even being in the classroom settings, I experienced. So, you know, I had just learned how to just sit back, chill, and let the grades show for itself. Of course, typically most of the time I end up having the best grades. Even when in every classmate, now I had some pushback from one person in the whole class. Even the paramedic class. Oh, and I'm gonna tell y'all about this. This is crazy. Older fireman tell me years ago, he was told the fire department couldn't hire blacks. What the? Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. Man, if y'all hear some of the stories from a lot of the older black firemen on the job, bro, it's, oh man, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's beyond bad. But when I was when I was in college, yeah, it was hard. It was horrible, bro. Like dead serious, man. There's so many stories, man. So many. Um, and just recently, they may still do it to this day, but like being at a station, oh man, every day, every freaking day, man. They'll have another at a station just so you can't be there, and the person they get to be at the station, they really don't even want them there. They just don't. They don't want you there. Even worse. So what's going on? So it shifts. So it's a bunch of that crap. It's a bunch of that crap going on in school. So I remember just being. I'm gonna give you an example so y'all can understand where I'm coming from. I remember when I was in college for becoming a paramedic, right? Uh, we was on cardiac. We was on that chapter. All right. So the instructor so you basically got, it's more than this, but I'm gonna give you the basic. You got three chemicals in the body. You got calcium, potassium, and sodium. You got your heart. You got sodium in the inside, potassium on the outside, which is the same stuff they give you on a lethal injection when you got the death penalty. They just inject a lot of potassium in you. Send your heart in overdrive, you end up dying, basically. So, sodium in the inside, potassium on the outside, but they don't cross until open the, I guess it's the channels. All right, the calcium has to open the channels for it to cross. So that's the textbook way of explaining it. My way of explaining it was, you go to the club, you got security at the door, you got females in the club, you got males outside the club. They want to get in the club to be with the females, basically. It's got to be some exchange so you can go talk to them and get their phone number. All right, the security is the calcium. The males outside is the potassium. The females in the club is the sodium. So the males got to go through the security to get in. Potassium has to go through the calcium to get in. The same thing, the sodium got to get through the calcium to get out. So every subject in there, it don't matter what it was, I always had my own way of explaining it. That's why I never was really studying or anything like that. And actually, the crazy part, when I first started, I don't know, the first month or whatever, I was actually feeling. Because my biggest thing, you could tell me something all day long until I really understand it my way. I don't care how much you tell me this is this, I still don't get it. So the whole time we was in school, I was breaking everything down like that. Finally, the director of the science department came and sat in class one day, and we went over everything. So during the break, everybody went on break. They called me in the lab and basically told me I was interrupting the class, and I'm like, how is that? So like, well, we see every time the instructors explaining stuff, everybody in the class will turn around and turn to you and wait on you to explain it. I was like, well, what they got to do with me? And for that, I feel like you need to be a paramedic. I really feel like you need to go to med school, and I'm going to write up a letter of recommendation, and you really need to go to med school. I was like, well, I don't want to be no doctor. So she ended up typing up a letter and giving it to me for me to go to med school. But my heart went in. I wasn't interested in it. But basically, I don't know why you brought this story up. Oh, I was talking about experiencing in school. Besides her, but I used to get complaints all the time, and it was basically because I don't want to say this girl's name. Her name started with an S, so S used to basically feel threatened because she wanted to be the smartest person in there. I could care less about being the smartest person in there, but apparently I must have been because everybody was coming to me and she was getting pissed off and she'll call my job and have them come up to the school and all kind of stuff. One day I walked in, it was a chief and two captains standing outside the classroom waiting on me. I'm like, what's this about? Oh, we getting complaints about you, this and that and that and this, and you know, and the whole classroom basically spoke up for me like, that ain't true. None of this stuff is true. I don't know why they keep calling y'all. So, you know, I experienced it in school. Like, it's no matter what, as a black male, you experience it all the freaking time. I got another one in my situation that I don't want to talk too detailed about. It's dealing with trucking though. That when I try to make a move to, I guess, the corporate side of things, I had some pushback then. I was basically completely disregarded, even though I had the experience, I had the knowledge, I had the connections, I had everything. And man, I was basically, all right, so that happened. So I was trying to figure out another way in. So I went a different direction and tried to get another way in. Going good until it got up to the top. Then all of a sudden, nah, we ain't doing that. We don't do that. I'm like, well, you got 4 other people that's currently doing this. They work from home and everything else. And they made an excuse and justified, oh, we ain't taking no more new people or whatever. So I've experienced it tons of times. I mean, I'm talking about experience, you know, as present as last week, but I don't let it get me down. They don't realize that it only make me just push harder. Yeah, 400 years head start. Facts. That's facts. Is 100% correct. You know, and man, I'm telling you, no matter how much people want to accept it or believe it or whatever the case may be, it happens every single day. You just gotta deal with it. You just gotta keep moving. But my thing, don't disregard the fact it's happening, because it's happening all the time, all day, every day. You know, as a black male, you know how many times I've been pulled over by the police? My heart beating so fast, man, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. And I ain't done nothing wrong. Like, absolutely nothing at all. And I'm super nervous, man. I was like, I don't know whether put my hand on the steering wheel or put my hands out the wheel. Like, I don't know what to do. And then when I look in the mirror, he walking up on me with holding his gun. I'm like, damn, am I about to get shot? Like, what the, bro? Like, you know, you freeze up. You don't know what's finna happen. Oh, Timberwolves, man, just basically, I brought up the fact that, you know, a lot of stuff happening, and a lot of people deflect what the real issue is, and they'll say, "Oh, we did people disrespecting the flag," and basically it has nothing to do with the flag. If I say, "Hey, this one thing is the issue right here. This is it. This guy hit me. He punched me. This is the issue. None of this should have any effect on the U.S. flag. It has nothing to do with it. The flag is totally separate from what I'm saying the issue is. I just used that example, but that's what happens every single day. When somebody say, this is my issue, somebody will say, oh, you disrespecting the flag. How? As if black soldiers don't currently and in the present has served in the military and have served during the Civil War. Like, black soldiers have always served, so it has nothing to do with a flag at all. It has something to do with the subject, and the reason we have issues is because nobody want to have dialogue about it. People just basically say, Well, this how I feel about it, and this what it's gonna be, and I don't want to hear what you got to say. Well, you're gonna continue to have the same issues forever and ever and ever if you don't deal with the issues. The first thing is acknowledging that it is an issue. Exactly. Acknowledging that it is an issue, have conversation about the issue, and then figure out how to, you know, come to some resolution. Even if people don't agree. Well, I don't agree with the way you with your solution or conclusion, but at least acknowledge, have a conversation about it, at least, if nothing else happens. No, it had nothing to do with, so, with the flag, can't hide behind it. Hey, avoid the real type effects. You know, man, I'm a post, whenever we get off this live, I'm gonna post this link. It's a comedian, and basically he was talking about, you know, it's really funny too. Say that, man, I could buy me some Red Bulls. Let me see. Recorded issues. So many want to be a pipeline worker. You want to live in the country. You know, I want to drive a Honda, and you want to drive F 450. And I'm a Baptist, or I may not believe in God. Like it makes no sense. Know, take it out the case or what? Hmm. Ice or something. Oh man, my phone is super hot, super hot. But all right. So I don't know why my phone overheated, but let me sit on these stairs. So, all right. So they got this system, right? This hiring system, and it was, like I say, college degree was a point. If you got MS or fire his experience, blah blah blah. Well, the black people was always starting behind because the black firemen didn't have family members on the job. A lot of white firemen had family members on the job already. So, in order to get ahead, a lot of the black people started going to college, getting college degrees. Then over time, you started having more black people, more certified, and when that happened, they switched the roles up again. So when they apply, you have more black people more qualified. So certified now. Now it's basically you have to have so many whites, so many whatever the case may be. I still feel like it's rigged now because, and even, man, listen, when I was in basic training, if you fail 5 tests, because we was in basic training for like 6 months, if you fail 5 tests, they kick you out, right? I seen three, 2 or 3 people get kicked out. That was black. They were failing tests. I I witnessed 2 different white guys that failed more than 5 tests. They kept throwing the tests out and make us retest because they didn't want to fire them for failing 5 tests. And which both of the guys cool. I'm cool with both of them. But fair is fair. You can't go kick all the black people out that failed 5 tests, but then when the white guys fail 5 tests, y'all throw everything out. Oh, we got to retest. Man, I've seen so much stuff happen. It's crazy. You know, like I say, people don't want to realize. Well, I ain't gonna say they don't want to realize. They know. They just don't want to admit it, and they don't care enough that it is extremely tough. Like I say, you first got to survive the inner city. You got to survive the hood. You have to survive police brutality. You have to survive the systemic racism. You have to survive child support. You got so much stuff that you have to overcome, and it doesn't end, and it continues to go on forever and ever and ever. So, uh, man, we just need to acknowledge the fact that it happens first and go from there. So, man, there was something else I want to talk about, but I don't remember what it is. But I can tell you this here. What the fire department want us to do, I ain't doing it. It ain't happening. And I'm sure somebody on the job somewhere is gonna get the word out and all hell gonna break loose. I ain't gonna be the one to say that. Cause I don't want that smoke. But you know, I ain't doing it. Ma, you said you ain't doing it either. I ain't doing it, but I'm telling you, when the word get out, it's going down. And I just really don't want it to have a negative effect on the job because at the end of the day, you still gotta have a fire department, period. But whoever the people is causing problems, and you know whatever else that need to be addressed in whatever way they feel is necessary. But it need to be addressed. You can't do that, man. Oh, so another thing, this is the last thing I'm talking about. This, another thing I witnessed is how black patients get treated versus white patients. And I'm not gonna always say they get treated badly sometimes, but not, they don't always get treated badly. It's just the level of care and compassion is different. Yeah, you call them problems, they need to go. They gotta go. There's gotta be some change. But yeah, you know, I've seen firemen go into black households, put their foot on people's couches and all kind of stuff, man. How they talk to them, crazy, and overpower them, and you know, just act like they beneath them. And then those same people will go to a white person's house, treat them with the utmost respect, and you know, wiping stuff down, and just, oh man, even in our policy, if it don't require transport to the hospital, they'll offer them a ride to the hospital anyway. And then we go make the black people, they'll talk them out of not going to the hospital. I'm not saying it's everybody, but I'm telling you what happens. This happens on the job, and nobody say nothing. Well, I will. They know. I don't shut up for nobody. Period. I don't care who you is. You be fire chief, the mayor, all the way down. I stand on what I stand on. I'm always gonna stand on what I'm standing on. So whatever y'all do to me, it is what it is. But I'm gonna stand on what's right. Period. Point blank. I don't treat no patients, medical call, welfare call. I done swept and mopped in people's houses. You know what I'm saying? They got on clothes that's, dirty clothes. Man, I'm talking about I was done it all. But I've seen different things from other people that are crazy. Get in so I can talk about you.
Nah, but I know you can talk about it.
Not in my videos. You ain't that important. But man, I mean like this one person that used to work with us. I watched him do it a lot, and he's even said he flat out said some racial stuff one time. Just flat out said it. And he seen no problem with it. And I see that a lot. Like I seen this I'm gonna get back to this. But I seen this video of I never listened to a guy with a hoodie on his head or some it was something like that. I was like, they come in, I said, I said, you so racist that you don't even realize your comment was racist. And I'm like, you act like white people don't wear hoodies. Come on, man. Like, you talking crazy. But back to this subject, like I've uh I've seen and heard. Well, this racial comment was basically directed. No, it was directed. Those roles reversed over time, and we went from being the most hated for no reason at all to the most loved. You know, people gotta quit judging books by the cover. Like you don't know me, you don't know my story, you don't know nothing about me, so don't be judging me until you could form your own opinion for the actions that you've seen with your own eyes. And then you shouldn't judge a lot of stuff that you got away with it because you ain't black basically. You get slapped on the wrist, oh it's okay, no big deal. Hey man, enough, bro. Period. So check this out. Any person, they are a problem. Period. Again, any human person that causes division of different races of people, they are a problem. Point blank. So that being said, in closing, everybody go register to vote, get out to vote, and I'm gonna have to do some research on this, but I've heard that convicted felons can vote. AJ, what's happening? Now, I don't think you can vote if you are a convicted felon with a current pending case, I guess. But if you've been a convicted felon in the past, I heard you can't vote. American military period taught me the most in the battalion. They made me train wound closure classes. Man, this gonna happen, man. See, this is what I'm saying. A lot of people feel like the looting stop. Man, I don't know, but I can't say this here. They found out, and they got video evidence that most of the looters were not black people. It was some black people involved, but most of them was not black people. Black people just ended up getting a rap for it, and they got videos of, I don't know if they was cops. You just seen professional people strategically placing bricks throughout the city and trying to say that people was placing them there to throw at the cops. Anybody that's placing bricks somewhere to throw at the cops, they just gonna hurry up and pile them up, and they gonna run off because they don't want to be caught. You're not gonna strategically place bricks stacked up all nice and neat like you just took them off a truck with a forklift and sit them down. No, people that's placing bricks for a crime, well, they rush and do stuff. They don't take their time and stack stuff up like you finna build a house. It don't happen. It don't happen at all. But like I say, hopefully, I've been seeing a lot of what we've all seen, different races of people coming together, working as one for a common cause and addressing problems. And man, I like that because that's how it should be. You shouldn't have to pick sides because you one color or you one race and somebody's another race. Or I can't be with them because they're you know they're Chinese, so I can't hang with them. Nah, heck no. I want to be able to hang with anybody, anytime, learn from anybody at any time, and that's what it is, and that's what it's gonna be, and that's what I'm gonna stand on. Period. And anybody that's trying to break that, they need to be dealt with, man. They gotta go. They gotta go. Period. Point blank. So everybody need to go register to vote, and that's what it is. I'm hollering at y'all.